Okay, so today we are back here together for the fourth session of the Mandukya Upanishad. How is everyone doing? Well, good. I'm in Delhi right now and it's raining. Very unusual for this time in March. It's raining. Okay, let us begin with the Mangalam. Oh. भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Now let us chant the mantras that we have already learned since day one. ओमित्येतदक्षरमिदं सर्वम् ओमित्येतदक्षरमिदं सर्वम् तस्योपव्याख्यानम् तस्योपव्याख्यानम् भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति भूतं भवत् भविष्यदिति सर्वमोङ्कार एव सर्वमोङ्कार एव सर्वं ह्येतद् ब्रह्म अयमात्मा ब्रह्म सोऽयमात्मा चतुष्पात् जागरितस्थानो बहिष्प्रज्ञः सप्तांग एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुग्वैश्वानरः प्रथमः पादः स्वप्नस्थानोऽन्तः प्रज्ञः सप्तांग एकोनविंशतिमुखः प्रविविक्तभुक्तैजसो द्वितीयः पादः यत्र सुप्तो न कञ्चन कामं कामयते यत्र सुप्तो न कञ्चन कामं कामयते न कञ्चन स्वप्नं पश्यति न कञ्चन स्वप्नं पश्यति तत्सुषुप्तम् तत्सुषुप्तम् सुषुप्तस्थान एकीभूतः प्रज्ञानघन एवानन्दमयो ह्यानन्दभुक् चेतोमुखः प्राज्ञस्तृतीयः पादः एष सर्वेश्वर एष सर्वज्ञ एषो अन्तर्यामी एष योनिः सर्वस्य प्रभवाप्ययौ हि भूतानां नान्तः प्रज्ञम् न बहिष्प्रज्ञम् नान्तः प्रज्ञम् न बहिष्प्रज्ञम् नो भयतः प्रज्ञम् नो भयतः प्रज्ञम् न प्रज्ञानघनम् न प्रज्ञानघनम् न प्रज्ञम् नाप्रज्ञम् अदृष्टम् अव्यवहार्यम् अग्राह्यम् अलक्षणम् अचिन्त्यम् अव्यपदेश्यम् एकात्मप्रत्ययसारम् प्रपञ्चोपशमम् शान्तम् शिवम् अद्वैतम् चतुर्थं मन्यन्ते स आत्मा स विज्ञेयः. So yesterday the internet was a bit unstable from my end. I hope today it is good. So yesterday we learned until this mantra, mantra number 7, but we still need to revise this mantra because this mantra number 7 is one of the most important mantras in all the Upanishads, not just Mandukya Upanishad, but all the Upanishads. And this has so much to uh, unravel and so much for us to understand, so much for us to think about. Uh, Shravanam, Mananam, Nitidhyasanam, all the three are needed here. Shravanam means to listen, Mananam is to think, Nididhyasanam is to research well. Right? We need to do this in this mantra. So, in today's session, we will be uh, learning more about this mantra itself. Yesterday, because there was some internet issues and also we were lacking some time, so I finished it a little quickly in short. But today we will learn this in a better way. Um, So, in the previous mantras, we learnt about the three aspects of consciousness: Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti. Jagrata is the waking state, Swapna is the dreaming state, and Sushupti is the deep sleep state. These are the three temporary states that we always experience. And what is beyond these three? That is this Chaturtham, the fourth one. But can you see that in this mantra, in mantra number 7, the word Chaturtham comes in the very end and it is followed by another word called Manyante. Chaturtham Manyante. They call it the Chaturtha, they call it the fourth, they talk about it as the fourth. Who talk about it as the fourth? The people talk about it as the fourth. But actually, it is not the fourth. It is not in the same sequence as 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not in the same sequence as the first three, the Jagrata, Swapna, or Sushupti. This, the fourth one that they talk about, is an entirely different thing than those three aspects of consciousness. This, the fourth one, is something that underlies all the three other aspects. It is there always. It is the permanent thing. It is the only permanent thing that exists. The all the three aspects of consciousness, they are not permanent. They are temporary. They come and go to you. Right? They come to you and they go away from you. Right now, all of you are awake. The waking state has come to you. A few hours earlier, you were asleep. You were in deep sleep. So the deep sleep state had come to you. Now it has gone. During deep sleep, in the middle somewhere, you were dreaming. The dream state had come to you and then it went away, right? So these three states, they come to you, they go from you. They come and go, they come and go, they come and go. So these three are temporary. But the one that experiences all of this throughout is the ultimate reality. That is the Atma. That is you. That is ah, somebody who realizes that right now the waking state is there. Somebody who realizes, oh, a few hours ago I was asleep. I did experience a good sleep. Whenever you do experience a good sleep, you feel it that yes, I slept well. Sometimes you do not get a good sleep, even though you were asleep for more than 8 hours, but still you were tired when you woke up. So you did not have a good sleep. And you realize it, you experience it that no, I did not have a good enough sleep. You experience your dreams. You remember when you wake up for a few seconds, for a few minutes, you do remember, but then you forget. Just like you forget your waking state in your dreams. In your dreams, you do not remember what you did or will do or what is happening during the waking state. You do not remember it in your dreams. Just like that, the dreaming state, you forget about it when you wake up. And both of that are forgotten in the deep sleep state. Right? So these three states are temporary and they come and go. But the one who experiences all these three, that yes, I experienced it, the one who feels, yes, I experienced this, are the ones, is the one who is the fourth. And that fourth is talked about here. So, what is that? So, to explain that, obviously, words cannot be enough to explain what that is. What is that fourth state or the one that is the ultimate reality? Words are not enough. So that is why we begin with experiencing what we begin with understanding what it is not, right? So in the beginning of this mantra, it is Nantaf Pragnyam, Na Bahish Pragnyam. The fourth, the ultimate reality. It is Na Antaf Pragnyam, Na Bahish Pragnyam. It is not Antaf Pragnyam. It is not your internal reality, the internal world, the internal state that you are experiencing while in the dream state. Na Bahish Pragnyam. It is not the external world that you realize, that you experience. Na Bahish Pragnyam. Na Antaf Pragnyam. Na Bahish Pragnyam. Na Ubhayataf Pragnyam. It is not the one that you experience in between the Jagrata and the Swapna, where you are not sure whether you are awake or you're dreaming. Whatever you're seeing is real or not real. So this fourth one is not even that. It is not in between. Na ubhayatah prajnam. Na prajnana ghanam. It is not the mass of consciousness that we feel in the deep sleep state. Na prajnana ghanam. Na prajnam. It is not consciousness. Na prajnam. Na aprajnam. It is not unconsciousness. It is beyond consciousness also. There is something that is beyond consciousness. Something that we can't feel, something that we can't see, something that we can't grasp. That is what is said in the next line. Adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyapadeshyam. Uh, Here, the Mandukya Upanishad says that the fourth uh, aspect, that is the ultimate reality, it is adrishtam. It cannot be seen. It cannot be experienced with our five senses, the five external senses. Adrishtam, avyavaharyam. No vyavahar can is possible with that ultimate reality. Because for vyavahara, it has to take some form, either in Jagrata or Swapna or deep sleep. There is something there in these three aspects, but in the ultimate reality, there is nothing there to do the transaction with, to do have a vyavahar with, right? In the deep sleep, we still have this seed, the causal seed, which can then uh, give us some awareness either in the dream state or in the awakening state. In the dream, we still have the internal world that we experience. In the waking state, we have the external world to experience, and there we do the transactions. We give and take, we talk, we exchange ideas at least. But in the ultimate reality, there's nothing like that. So it cannot do any transactions. Just like you say you see a clay pot. There's a clay pot. There is this pot which is actually the shape. The pot is not clay. The clay is not pot. What the reality of pot is, it is just the shape that has been given to the clay, right? The ultimate reality is the clay, not the pot, because the same clay can be used to make the diyas or other utensils also, right? So the same clay is used in many ways, and the shape gives the name, whether it is a pot or it is a diya or it is anything else. The shape gives the name. The ultimate reality is the clay. But you cannot use the clay as it is, right? You cannot use the clay to store water in it. You have to give it a proper shape, ah, to store water in it, to utilize it, to make a vyavahar from it. Similarly, the ultimate reality, the Atma, cannot have any vyavahar without these three states. In the Jagrata Avastha, in the dream state, in the Swapna Avastha, and in the deep sleep state, in these all three states, we at least can do some vyavahar. But just clay, just the Atma cannot have any vyavahar. And that is why it is called avyavaharyam, adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam. Agrahyam. It cannot be yasya grahanam na shakyate tad agrahyam. Something that cannot be grasped, something that cannot be understood, something that cannot be uh, told, is called agrahyam. Lakshanam. It has no lakshanam. It has no attributes. It cannot be described by something else. Lakshanam means you describe something by something. That is called lakshanam. Ah, right. Like if I ask you, what is a cow? You will say a cow is an animal who has horns. So yes, horns are some kind of lakshanam for a cow, but there are horns on a deer also. Then you will say that the lakshanam of a cow. What is a cow? Cow is something who is white in color. But there are other animals also who are white in color, and there are other cows also who are not white in color. So that is not the true lakshanam of a cow. So how will you describe cow? So somebody says that a cow is an animal who has one hoof. Uh, in the legs of the cow, there are these hoofs, right? So somebody says that cow is an animal who has one hoof in one leg. That is also not true. That because cows have two hoofs, right? And so do other animals also. Some animals do have one hoof, like horses, but some animals have two hoofs, like cows and oxen and buffaloes, right? So, what is the actual lakshanam of a cow? Somebody says, Sasnadimatvam goho lakshanam. The real lakshanam of a cow is Sasnadimatvam. Sasna is the soft part on the neck of a cow. Ah, you must have seen, right? Where it stores food, whatever it eats, and later on it just takes it and chews it again. Charvita charvanam. It chews whatever it has chewn before. So that portion where it stores its chewed food, that portion is called uh, sasna. Ah. And that sasna you can only see in a cow. So that is something very special to a cow. That is the real lakshanam of a cow. You explain to someone what a cow is through this special attribute, that is sasna. Sasnadimatvam goho lakshanam. So, how do you explain this fourth state, which is the actual reality, the ultimate reality? What is this? Do you have any lakshanam? Mandukya Upanishad says, no, there is no lakshanam. Because to give lakshanam, something should be there to experience, something should be there to people to understand it from. We understand sasana because we have seen it, we have experienced it in some form, whether it is in visual form or somebody, if somebody is blind, so he might have touched it, right? So we have experienced it in some form, but something that we have never experienced, something that cannot be seen, something that cannot be experienced, how can it have a lakshanam? So it does not have a lakshanam. Alakshanam. So adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam. The next one is achintyam. Achintyam means something cannot be thought about. We cannot think about it because we can think about something that we already know. What we do not know, we cannot think about it. And that is why this Atma, this ultimate reality, is achintyam. You cannot think about it. Achintyam. Ah. Adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyapadeshyam. Avyapadeshyam means it cannot be described through words. It is beyond the description of words. No words can be used to describe it. What we are doing now is using words. Ah, the ultimate power as humans we have is words, and we can do massive things through words. We teach each other, we pass information through words. But this ultimate reality cannot be described in words because it has no description. No words will be enough to describe what it is, what that ultimate reality is. Avyapadeshyam. Ah. So, in this mantra, until now, we have said what that ultimate reality is not. Since the beginning, na antah pragnam, na bahish pragnam, na ubhayatah pragnam, na pragnana ghanam, na pragnam, na pragnam. And then again, adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyapadeshyam. In all these words, we have only said no, 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 no. It is not this, it is not this, it is not this, it is not this, it is not this. So, how do we understand this? how do we understand what this reality is, what it is? So the first word that comes after avyapadeshyam is ekatma pratyaya saram. Ekatma pratyaya saram. Ekatma. Ekatma. That is one. Atma. Atma is not bhutatma, pretatma. Atma is your own self. The self that realizes things, that knows things, that holds knowledge of things. That Atma itself, it is. Ekatma. Pratyaya saram. Pratyaya. Pratyaya means pratiti. To understand that I am that self. Aham brahmasmi. I am Atma Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. All these ideas, all these Mahavakyas, when you understand this, it is the same reality. Ekatma Pratyaya Saram. It is the Pratyaya Sara of this one Atma, this Ek Atma. Why the word one? Ekam is used here because nothing is beyond this Ekam. Because again, it comes Advaitam later on. We shall discuss over it. Because it is just one. Ekam. Ekatma Pratyaya Saram. Prapanchopashamam. Prapancha Upashamam. Prapanchopashamam. Sandhi is done here. Prapancha, in the end of Prapancha, there is Akara, the sound of A. In the beginning of Upashama, there is the sound of U, Ukara. A plus U becomes O. Just like Surya, Udaya becomes Suryodaya. Similarly, Prapancha plus Upashamam becomes Prapanchopashamam. Upashamam, the word Upashamam means shant, silence. Where the Prapancha goes silent, this fourth, the ultimate reality, is where the entire Prapancha goes silent. Prapanchopashamam. What is Prapancha? The word Prapancha is used here very, very, very carefully. In most of our Indian languages, we do use this word Prapancha for the world, for the universe. But there are other words also that we use for the world, the universe. What are the other words that we use? We use Jagat. Most probably we use Jagat. Jagat means the world. There are other words also, Brahmandam. But we have to understand that these words are not just explaining one thing, they are explaining different things. The object might be the same, but the meaning is very different. Brahmanda is the anda of the Brahman, something that is created by the Brahman, the child of Brahman, anda of Brahman, Brahmanda. Jagat is something that keeps moving always, is Jagat. We know the earth is revolving around the sun. The sun is also, with the entire solar system, is moving in the Milky Way. The Milky Way is also moving, right? So the entire world is in motion. And to express that in words, the word Jagat is used. Something that is always in movement. That is Jagat. But here the word Jagat or the Brahmanda is not used. Here the word used is Prapancha. The whole Prapancha, the entire Prapancha goes silent. Not the whole Jagat goes silent. No, the movement does not go silent. The whole Brahmanda goes silent. No. Very carefully, the word Prapancha is used here. Prapancha, it contains the numeric 5, Pancha. the numeric word for the five, right? Pancha is used here. Prapancha. Prapancha is the world that is experienced by the five senses, because we know that the entire world, the entire uh, universe is created or out of the five materials, right? The five elements. We all know the five elements. Prithvi, up, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha. Prithvi, up, Teja, Vayu, and Akasha. Prithvi is the earth element. Up means Jalam, the water element. Tej is fire, the fire element, right? Vayu is the air element, and Akasha is the space element. The entire universe, whatever we see, whatever we experience, everything is created out of these five elements: Prithvi, Up, Teja, Vayu, Akash. So this is Pancha, five, the universe that is basically the fruit of these five elements. Again, this whole universe can be experienced by our five senses, right? The Chakshurindriya. The Chakshurindriya experiences the form of something, right? We experience Rupa, we experience color, we experience form by our vision, by our eyes, by Chakshurindriya. That vision is an attribute of fire, because without fire, nothing gets illuminated. Fire is something that contains light. Nothing else contains light. And without light, nothing can be visible. So the Chakshurindriya is connected to the fire element, Tejas. Granendriya, the way we smell. Ah, this smell sense, this Granendriya, is connected to the Prithvi element, the earth element. Shrotrendriya, that experiences sound. That sound is connected to the sky element, the Akasham. Akasham contains the sound. Ah, the the skin, it experiences touch. It experiences touch, and the touch is an attribute of the air element, Vayu, because Vayu is something that we can only feel by touch. And lastly, Rasanendriya, our tongue, experiences taste. Rasanendriya. And that is an attribute of water element, right? Without this, we cannot taste anything. So these are the five indriyas, the five senses that we have, which are directly connected to the five elements by which the entire universe is created. So we experience the universe in its raw form through our these five senses. Ah, by Chakshurindriya, Granendriya, Rasanendriya, Tuvagindriya, Shrotrendriya. By all these indriyas, by all these senses, we experience the prapancha as it is created by the Pancha Mahabhuta: Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, and Akasha. So, here in this mantra, this particular word, prapancha, is used for a specific purpose, because it is I, it is the Atma who experiences this entire universe, this entire prapancha, which is created by the five elements. And I, the Atma, is the one who experiences this prapancha through through the five senses, which are directly connected to these five elements. All of this exists. All of this prapancha exists because I experience it. For the one who does not experience it, does not exist. Simple. As we talked about it yesterday also, in Vedanta, we understand that knowledge comes first, existence comes second. It's not the other way around. It is not existence first, then knowledge. No, knowledge comes first, then the existence. First, we know about it, only then that particular thing can exist. So, through our knowledge of the universe, the knowledge exists. This prapancha exists because we know the prapancha. We understand the prapancha. We experience the prapancha. If we never experience the prapancha, it does not exist for us. Right? So the entire prapancha goes silent. Prapanchopashamam. Why does it go silent? Because we experience prapancha either through Jagrata Avastha or Swapna Avastha or the Sushupti, the waking state, the dreaming state, or the third one, the deep sleep state, where all these three states go silent is the fourth one, the underlying, which is always present. It is the fourth one, the fourth aspect, the ultimate reality, the Atma, the clay in which the pot, the diya, or the other utensils, they all can go back. That clay is we, the Atma. I hope I am clear. So, uh, prapanchopashamam, shantam, very clear. Shantam is peaceful. After all these three universes, the universe that we experience in Jagrata Avastha, the universe that we experience in our Swapna Avastha, the universe that we experience in our Sushupti Avastha, the deep sleep state, after all these three universes go silent in the fourth one, what remains is just peace, Shantam. Here, the word Shantam is actually an adjective to the word Atma. This Atma is Shantam. The Atma is peace. You, yourself, are peace. The self that we are trying to understand, the Atma, the Brahma, the Omkar, is basically peace. Shantam. The next word is Shivam. What is Shivam? Shiva here does not mean the Shiva, Shankara, Shiv Bhagavan, Rudra, not that. Shivam here means auspicious. It is also an adjective, just like Shantam. This Atma, in that state, the ultimate reality state, is Shantam. It is Shivam. It is pure. It is auspicious. Pure, what does pure mean here? Pure means not good or bad. The word pure here means it is devoid of anything. It has nothing attached to it. In Jagrata Avastha, we are attached to things. In Swapna Avastha also, we are attached to things. In deep sleep also, the seed is there, the cause is there from which something can again arise. We can be aware of things, right? So something is there. But in the fourth one, the last one, the ultimate one, which is always there, we are Shiva. Shiva means pure, devoid of anything. It has no attachments. Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, Advaitam, non-dual, not Dvitam, not Dvaitam. As we understood earlier, ekatma pratyaya saram. There the word eka is there. This is one. In Jagrata Avastha, we understand the knower and the knowable, right? Right now, currently in the Jagrata Avastha, in the waking state, you understand, oh, something that is a knower, something that holds the knowledge is there. And the other things are the knowables. I know the door, I know this laptop, I know the wall, I know my mother, I know my father. Those are knowables, the object that we know. And the other one is the knower. So there is a very clear difference between the knower and the knowable. In the dream state also, the knower and the knowable. In the deep sleep, although there is no knower and knowable, but there can something is possible because of the seed, because of the cause, because of the karan avastha. But here, the difference between knower and knowable just ceases to exist because now we understand it's all clay. The diya and the pot are basically the same. It is just the clay. It has taken different forms. Yes, but it is basically the same. Ah, the river and the pond, basically the same because basically they are water. Without water, the existence of lake is nothing. Without water, the existence of river is nothing. Without water, the existence of the ocean is nothing. There are no waves, no ocean, no rivers, no lakes without the water. So water is the ultimate reality there. Similarly, this Ek Atma is the ultimate reality where the knower and the knowable does not exist. So there is nothing beyond this one thing. There is no second thing. Advitiyam, Advaitam, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, Chaturtham Manyante. And those who do not know this fully, they think this is the fourth one. But this is not basically the fourth one. This is the ultimate one. You cannot put it as one, two, three, four. This fourth one is basically the ultimate reality. It cannot be put in the same sequence as Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti. This is something that is totally different than all those three aspects of consciousness because this is beyond consciousness. Chaturtham manyante sa atma sa vigneya. That is atma. Sa vigneya. That should be understood. That should be known. Sa atma sa vigneya. Why that should be known? Because this is Jnana Marga we are talking about. Jnana Marga will take us to moksha, to mukti, right? There are other margas also that other sadhakas follow. Somebody follows bhakti marga, somebody follows some other marga. This is Jnana Marga. So by knowing itself, you become free from this again life and death and life and death, right? So by knowing what is the ultimate reality, something that is beyond this Jagrata, Swapna, and Sushupti, something beyond that we experience in our daily life, that is the ultimate reality. So this is the seventh mantra. Let us chant this mantra again. I will chant and wait for you to repeat after me. Nantah prajnam न बहिष्प्रज्ञम् नो भयतः प्रज्ञम् न प्रज्ञानघनम् न प्रज्ञम् नाप्रज्ञम् अदृष्टम् अव्यवहार्यम् अग्राह्यम् अलक्षणम् अचिन्त्यम् अव्यपदेश्यम् एकात्मप्रत्ययसारम् प्रपञ्चोपशमम् शान्तम् शिवम् अद्वैतम् चतुर्थम् मन्यन्ते स आत्मा स विज्ञेयः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So this was our session for today. We understood the mantra number 7 in deep. In the next session, that is after 5 days, next weekend, Saturday, we shall understand the from the mantra number 8. So before we finish our session, any questions? I will see. Do we have any questions? What questions do we have? What is the right pronunciation of Gnya? Because we see different people pronounce it differently. Uh, this is a uh, very difficult question, even for me, because I'm not somebody who is from um, the Vyakaran background. Okay, in Sanskrit universities, there are different uh, departments, and I'm from the Darshana department, the philosophy department, from the philosophy background. I do not have the Vyakaran background to explain what is the correct pronunciation of this, but I think everything is the correct pronunciation. Most probably, Jna is the correct pronunciation because it is that particular alphabet is not a singular alphabet. That is a mixture of J and Nya. So there, that is why Jnya is the actual pronunciation, but it can be pronounced as Gna or Gya also. Ah, so Gyanam, Jnanam, Gnanam, all might be correct. Okay. Other questions? Someone wants you to repeat the five indriyas. The five indriyas are Chakshu, Chakshurindriya, Rasanendriya, Ghanendriya, Tvagindriya, and Shrotrendriya. These are the five indriyas. Ah. So Chakshurindriya is basically vision. Ah. One thing I would like to address is most of us we feel that the indriyas are the eyes. Chakshurindriya means eyes. Chakshurindriya are not the eyes. Eyes are a part of body, right? Eyes is anga, sharirasya anga. It is one of the body part, and it is there with everyone, right? Even the blind person has these eyes, the physical eyes, but a blind person is unable to see because of the lack of vision, right? So basically we can say chakshurendriya is vision or the eyesight or the shakti, the shakti to see, basically, right? So that particular chakshurendriya resides in the eyes, yes, but it is not the eye. Similarly, granendriya is the power to smell, and it resides in the front part of the nose, but it is not the nose. Similarly, rasanendriya is not your tongue. Rasanendriya is the power to taste that resides in your tongue. Shrotrendriya is not your ear. Shrotrendriya is a power to listen, to hear, which resides in the first part of your ear, uh, in the front part of your ear. And similarly, Tvagindriya is not the skin. No. Even the paralyzed person has skin, but the paralyzed person cannot feel touch, right? So it is the power of feeling touch that resides on the entire skin that you have, right? So those are the five indriyas. Can you please repeat sasnadi? Sasnadi matvam is goho lakshanam. Sasna is the I do not know what it is called in English or any other language, but basically it is part, the body part of a cow, which is only seen in cows in the neck region where things are very soft, right? That is called sasna. And through that, we can explain what a cow is. A cow is somebody who has this sasna. And here by cow, I do not meaning only the female part, but also the male part, the bull also, right? Because in Sanskrit, the word go is used for cow and bull, the male and the female. For both, we have the word go, right? So sasnadimatvam gohu lakshanam, we say sasna, having sasna is the lakshanam for go, for the male cow and the sorry, the female cow and the male bull. Okay, so that is that. Hmm. Rasendriya, not rasendriya, it is rasanendriya. Rasana is the word. Rasana indriya, rasanendriya. Rasana indriya is something by which we experience rasa. Rasa is taste. Okay. In the context of literature, the meaning of rasa is completely different. Navarasa, the nine expressions that we have in that is in Sahitya, in literature. But in the field of philosophy, rasa is just the taste that we feel in our mouth, right? On our tongue. That is rasanam. So rasanendriya is the indriya that feels the rasa, shad rasam. There are six types of taste. मधुर आम्ल लवण कटु कषाय तिक्त भेदात. Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Katu, Kashaya, and Tikta. These are the six kind of rasa. Madhura means sweet. Amla means sour, khatta. Madhura Amla. Lavana is salty. Katu is uh, chili hot. Katu. Kashaya. Kashaya is something, the taste of amla. Yeah, that makes your tongue goes, oh, that is kashaya. And tikta is tikta, what do we say it in English? It is bitter, bitter taste. That is tikta, the taste of karela, right? So these are the six types of taste. uh, any other questions here? To Kailash Foundation for organizing this beautiful workshop where we are talking about this great Mandukya Upanishad, and also talking about this uh, philosophy, basically. the reality. So shout out to Kailash Foundation. Thanks to all of you who are from Kailash Foundation, and thanks to all of you who have joined uh, for the discussion of Mandukya Upanishad. So this was the fourth session that we ended. We are halfway through this. Another four sessions are there, and we have completed most of the Mandukya Upanishad. In total, 12 mantras are there, and we have finished seven of them. Only five of them remain. Most probably in the last session or the last two sessions, we can also allow the participants to discuss. They can unmute themselves and show themselves, and we can have some discussions after we finish the entire Mandukya Upanishad, probably in the last or the last two sessions. If that is possible, Aparnaji, just let me know. So that will be a good thing to wrap this up, the entire workshop, so that we all become one family that experienced this beautiful Upanishad together. Uh, Thanks to all of you, and let us meet again on the next Saturday that comes, I think, on 21st of this month. Dhanyavadam, Punarmilamaha. Namaste.